Tell your neighbor, tell your friend, now is the time to.
Yes indeed, of course. We haven't started tonight, but we are operating from downstairs in the George Street facility tonight. This will be, of course, in test run, because we will have a live audience with other co-hosts, let's say that way, and of course guests coming in to share with, of course, you, the national and international public, the issues that are at hand, and more specifically, moving towards, of course, the 28th of this month, just about a week and something again, to D-Day. Yes, indeed. So I thought it was important, of course, to generate this test. But let me just check to see whether or not we are on YouTube and or Facebook. But I got a message from Facebook earlier stating that they are working on some problem that we might have had or they might have encountered with our page, and therefore you may or may not have access to Alfred John on Facebook. Alfred John on Facebook, please, or log in and you should be getting that. But of course, a pleasant good night to all and sundry, East, West, North, South, Central, or Friends in Tobago, and wherever you are, streaming on the World Wide Web, a pleasant good day to you. I want to pick up from this morning, you see. Yes, I'm seeing it, yes, I've seen it. Let me just make sure that we have the volume. Let me make sure that we have the volume on. So I'm seeing it here on my phone. What's happening there? I'm not getting my volume. Yes, indeed. But we're looking good. Very good, yes. What about voice out there? No voice? All right, so there appears to be some problem with the audio. That's what's happening here. Let's look at the audio now. Get it now? Okay, good. All right, well, so we're getting audio, we are getting, of course, a video. So we are sounding good and looking good. Let me just, yeah? Oh, it's low. Hello? Low. Low. So I had to keep this mic in my face. It looked like. But let's see what's happening there. What again? Continue as the locksmith. As the locksmith, see, bam, bam, bam. Sign in YouTube. YouTube, etc. All right. Well, enough of that. I'm going to hold it in my hand. Oh, yes. Okay. I understand that volume is on. Maybe I had to get a stand for this. Anyhow, I'm going to hold it in my hand because it's I alone, and of course my staff, my support staff is here to quality measure, to quality examine, and to quality certify. All right, so I want to tell you as well that you can call as well. Let me just, so we can test the calling to make sure I'm seeing the telephone. Yes, the WhatsApp setup is on. Only WhatsApp, don't forget, 337-6940. So you can make your call. I hope those in studio can make a call so we can test I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling a bit, not just a bit, but extremely elated that we are able now finally, because I want to tell you, and I have to, because it is said that ungratefulness is worse than witchcraft, according to Camille Robinson Regis. And we have seen that she started to use broom, disrespecting the Shouter Baptist community that uses that as part and parcel of their ritual. Let's see what's going to happen here. Yes, indeed. Of course, this is a caller. I am on air now. Let me just make sure. Yeah, I'm on air now. I'm on air now.
Okay.
All right, okay then, yes. Well, it's a call that I'm familiar with, so I can say that. But Camille Robinson Regis has said that to be angry. I don't know what mental malady these people suffer from. That P&M clan, if it wasn't for civility, I will call them a bunch of buffoons. Now, I say if it wasn't for civility, I would have called them a bunch of buffoons. Not that I've said it, mean that it does not take away the fact that I am civil. But let's go again. And let's go to the line and see what's happening. A pleasant good night. Are you hearing me loud and clear, caller? All right, they cut off. All right. Yes, indeed. So, she takes broom, and of course, Foster Cummings, they don't know if he's going or coming. They are that desperate. You can see it on their faces. They are trying their best to generate some kind of incognito. They're trying to camouflage. But I know that they have sleepless nights. In fact, I just came from the Eastern Main Road where the camp is. We will have some lives from the camp as well. Quite a dynamic group of individuals. Various, well, from both, of course, camp as far as gender is concerned, but as far as demography is concerned too, and socio-economic backgrounds, it is of course quite a what I consider to be a very productive and varied group of individuals that are rallying behind our candidate for Laventille East Movement, Robert Mitchell. Of course, while he will be the candidate for Love Laventille Outreach for Vertical Enrichment, sheet on the screen there, Love. When you go to the polls on the 28th, you will not see the rocket. But wherever you see the rising sun, in black it usually is against a yellow background, you of course cast your votes there in Laventille East Movement. I will of course update you as to some shifts in the boundaries. I understand there is a shift in the boundaries as well for both the Laventille West and the Laventille East Movement. So we have had that as well. But I want to get back to Robinson Regis. She said that what ungratefulness is worse than witchcraft. Them had to be mad. You know, the gods and Greek and Roman mythology says that who the gods wish to destroy, the first send them mad. They have gone mad. They have brooms. It's not the first time, but it's not the first time either I have expressed my disapproval, my disapprobation. I believe that it is a breach of the rituals and the dogma of the Baptist community, the Shouter Baptist community, by taking that and converting it into a political pappy show. Political pappy show. Believing that somehow that devilish and that, of course, bigotry will somehow enhance their political fortunes. No. And while, of course, both Jesus Christ and the God that he represented on earth are slow to move, bet your bottom dollar retribution will come because you would have done evil. And therefore, as I've said over and over, you have to look at, of course, Hitler, you can look at Mussolini, you can look at Saddam Hussein, you can look at, of course, Gaddafi in Libya, and of course, you can look at Robert Mugabe in Zimbabwe, and not too far from us here in Trinidad, just about 7 miles, we are talking about, of course, Maduro in Venezuela. They all would have had a certain period of, let's say, opportunity to do evil to their people. But that comes to a screeching end at some point in time, and usually very terrible. Saddam Hussein was caught in a what? In a rabbit hole. Gaddafi's body was split to sunder. People were just tearing him apart. Hitler taking his own life in a bunker. Robert Mugabe probably is the most fortunate because of his credentials of being an African liberator, but turned totalitarian or dictator. He was given some kind of reprieve. And so he was allowed, of course, to live on and to live out. Maduro, of course, is still there, and it's just a matter of time. He could, of course, the Third World War, right here in Trinidad, when, of course, Rowley and the PNM, oblivious and, of course, reckless, knowing full well that there are sanctions by the United States against Venezuela and its leadership. And more importantly, the Venezuelan president, I'm talking about Maduro, has then a bounty of $15 million then. And when Trump came back as president of the United States, they increased it by $5 million. So he now has a bounty of $20 million on his head. Anybody, of course, I don't know if he's dead or alive, but if they could help the United States capture him, then, of course, they will get that bounty of $20 million US. So he's a fugitive from the United States justice system. And Rowley and they have the audacity, the temerity, the gall, the effrontery, the boldfacedness to ignore, one, the fact that he is I talk about Maduro here, a fugitive of and from, of course, the United States justice. Nothing different to when, of course, persons would have left that jurisdiction being found guilty or being a person of interest in whatever matter. We have had it here. And then, of course, eventually when the United States Authority came here and alerted, of course, our central unit that is responsible for that kind of operation in terms of our relationship with foreign entities or foreign countries as far as criminals are concerned, lodged in the office or in the Attorney General's office. they respond appropriately and utilize, of course, trigger the local jurisdiction as far as the law is concerned to extradite. But in this particular case with Maduro, Rowley never told us once, twice, thrice, that he is concerned about the human rights violations that the Maduro administration has and is perpetrating on the people of Venezuela. Not once. Not once. And more so, gravitating in such a way to suggest by anybody with a modicum of common sense that Maduro is his friend. We didn't sign up for that as a population. We signed up and caused Rowley and they, whether we question their validity in terms of the outcome and what they did to gain an unfair advantage at the 2015 and 2020 general election. But the fact is that they have become, of course, the leader or the legal and titular leaders of Trinidad and Tobago by way of prime ministerial responsibility and authority. And then, of course, fraternize with Maduro in circumstances where the United States placed a bounty on his head for the exporting into the United States narcotics. The Venezuelan government is seen as a narco government. Rowley never uttered a word, and Young was. They never uttered a word. In fact, he boasts that he had 17 trips to Venezuela because they are mono-focused and stupid. You know what I say mono-focused and stupid. Stupid from the perspective that how the hell you can ignore those facts and your most powerful northern neighbor and arguably the most powerful country in the world. And you don't understand that you have to tread very gingerly. You cannot take sides, especially the side of Maduro and his administration. You don't know that. You didn't know that, Rowley. You don't know that, Young. And you're still talking the hogwash to our detriment, knowing that you have what I consider to be an administration now in the United States, led by Trump, who is prepared to be belligerent. And their bellicose language, their warlike language, echoes far and looms ominously. It looms ominously, people. And here it is. Rowley has plunged us into that, what I consider to be hemispheric geopolitical quagmire. Hemispheric geopolitical quagmire. What we doing with them? You see, it is not just that they don't know, or put another way, they pretend not to know, and then they act in a particular way to our detriment as Trinbagonians. But they are doing it clearly. All the evidence would show, whether by deductive analysis or inductive analysis, where, of course, you apply your common sense to draw the inescapable conclusion that these people don't care and never cared about Trinidad and Tobago. But, of course, it is clear that their personal agenda is critical. Let's go straight to the lines. Pleasant good night. Welcome to the corridor. Yes. You want to come and sit down? Come and sit down now. Yes. Loud and clear, my friend. Just move about.
Right.
Yes, go ahead, my friend.
Before I make my contribution,
Yes.
I want to say something, right? You find out if anything happened to that fella, the police lock you up and who kill all them cattle, boy?
No. I didn't. Frankly, I didn't follow it up because I thought it was so bizarre and so heinous.
Well, I just can't get the picture of that thing out of my mind.
I could well imagine you animal lovers will be traumatized by that kind of
Oh, you mean?
beast or bestial conduct. Yes.
Not me alone, eh? A lot of people go and talk to them that
Yeah.
when you watch that cattle going on and taking the last breath,
Yeah.
and you watching the video, and you tell him what he's telling himself, what really happened?
Yes.
Oh, them animals, the people used to go and play. I don't know if you ever operate on a farm and thing, Lennox. Them is animals you could go and play with in the morning.
Yes. I know that you are heartbroken. I sense that when you called me with a high degree of anxiety and deep concern as to the plight that besetted those animals by a human being who clearly is reckless and was doing so for some personal vendetta.
A man has to be a demon boy from the devil boy.
Yes.
And even the family, you could imagine how heartbroken you was.
Yeah, well, I suppose they know because of the public outcry, they would feel, of course, a sense of embarrassment.
Well, yeah, the people, the girl, when she was telling you what happened,
Yes.
like she wanted to cry, she every morning. But right, nice, you could go and hug up your cow.
Yeah,
Or
buddy.
you know, and say, well, how you going, there, boy?
Yes.
Them animals look so. Oh, gosh, if you happen to them, boy, then I hope. I don't be sure that nobody has mad, eh?
Right.
You see that fella who do that, I wish worse than that happened to him. I wish worse than that happened to him, or he suffered the same fate.
Hey, come on.
Because he should be behind bars a long time. You hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. You got to go
He
back.
should be behind bars a long time, Lennox.
Yeah.
Anyhow, let me make my contribution and come to me after, but I had to get out.
Yes.
I had to get out of my chest, and I went. Which
Hey,
I don't know if
you're
you
there.
like it.
You're there.
I want you to dig up in that and what's going on for me, Lennox.
Yes.
Right, now hear me.
Uh-huh.
You see how these people is over here?
You saw what?
You see how the political analysts and them is?
Yeah, tell me.
Something wrong with them fellas, boy. Imagine Bishnu Agunat.
Yeah.
When they asked you about John Jeremy when he joined the US, come over the USC.
Uh-huh.
He said, well, I know big thing because look, we name Larry Lala. God with them. You can imagine he comparing a rat shit like Larry Lala with John Jeremy?
No, but I think the more reasonable and rational ones said that it is, I think, a very well-known analyst said that it will do some damage to the PNM. The PNM, of course, tried to do damage control by being aggressive, and of course, maligning Jeremy, saying that of course he didn't get what he wanted, and therefore he is now saying that the cherry was sour anyway. You know that kind of talk. You know, it's called cognitive dissonance. Yes.
Forget what the man was in the past. We all know what happened with
With Pandey.
what's that? You were class Larry Lala with John Jeremy as a legal luminary. I mean, be sure I'm going to have to be a rat sack spoiler up.
I hear you, my friend. I hear you.
And Winford James in Tobago.
Yes.
You see, them fellas, you know what happened to them fellas? Because it's TDP and they're mashing up.
Yeah.
Right? And I hear some talk, I hear if it's true that Mariano go looking to cut from them too.
Well, they are in a they are imploding, but they have been imploding for some time. But of course, the icing on the cake is what you are seeing in recent past. Jeremy, of course, before that it was Dr. Selman Kojo.
Yes.
And I would not be surprised in the last week of the campaign. So I maintain, of course, that it's 39 seats for the UNC, Kamala Prasad Bisesa and the coalition of interest. At this stage, I cannot see, I don't have any indication that trend will, of course, be abated or in any way shift.
I myself, that can't change.
Yeah, like I said, it can't change.
39-2 is you look after two choices to be go for Bali.
Yeah.
To Lennox. You hear this idiot on the TV, right?
Who's that?
Marvin Gonzalez.
No, go ahead. Tell me, because I don't want them gone mad.
But he more than gone mad. Here we come and talk Lennox.
Yeah.
He says some international agencies say, if the PNM lose, they will not support Trinidad.
If what?
Right? If the PNM lose the election.
Yeah, that's a piece of madness, Jude. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
So we said some Trinidad, so the reporters asked him, who the people were talking about?
Well, of course, and obviously, he can't say because it's a top secret.
Yes, that's exactly what he said.
I tell you, yeah. He go say that. I know them.
It's begging. You may know what to do again, Lennox.
Yeah.
And what's your job say? They were doing for the last 9 years, so that's why the country which we did.
Yeah, that's not the issue. Yeah.
This is not a job for learners.
No, look at you.
You think you can go in my shop and come for a job and you say what's your qualifications?
Yes.
And you think you can get a work?
Yes.
We want to experience people, so for the last 9 years, he learning and who teaching him? A man who knows less than he, Rowley. The blind needed the dumb, that's where the country come out from.
Yes. All right, let's see. We try to settle ourselves in studio here. All right, so we have, all right, let me just get this on so you'll see there. That is live. Now just we have it to make it. All right, let's see. All right. Yeah, we have some people visiting with us at this point in time. We have, of course, members of the Love Executive, and we have, of course, members of the community. We will have a camera, as I said earlier, in the audience, and we will have people, members of the community, just dropping in. We will shift the camera onto the audience, so they will make their contributions from there. So we using sophistication, and we want to make sure that people understand that not just yellow is the code, but of course when UNC and the coalition wins, everybody wins. Love is part of the coalition. So we know that for a fact, but we have to demonstrate that we are worthy of the confidence that will be reposed or placed in the arrangement that would emerge successfully out of the voting on the 28th of this month. We just have about a week and something again. Any closing remarks that you want to make?
No, that's about it. And like I say,
yes.
I don't even hurt a fly. If I fly land on the copter.
All right, my friend. All right.
I just catch it in the hand and throw it through the window.
All right. Okay, my friend. Let me just make some adjustments inside there for the members of the panel to, of course, be much more visible. So all right then. Yes.
I wish you the worst, boy.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I hear you. All right. Let me just make some adjustments in here, people. I have to take the mic and have it close to everybody's mouth because we are downstairs, the facility that we have. Normally I am beaming from upstairs, but only today we got the appropriate cable so that we are there. But I got a message from Facebook, so we may not be on Facebook. I'm seeing, of course, some numbers indicating that people are on. You're on Facebook as well? Wow. All right, okay, so we are on Facebook as well. So things are waxing warm, and we are here. Of course, what you would have missed on the first 2 or 3 attempts at this kind of set or settings, I don't think, let me put it another way. I think we will be able, thank you, yes, I'm seeing it in the background. I don't think you would have missed much. In other words, we are compensating now for what transpired on the last occasion when we had difficulty with the technology. So bear with us still as I try to, of course, capture everybody who is here. It's 4 of us here. We have the deputy political leader on my right, and of course, beyond him, we have, of course, a member of the community, and on my left here, yes, is of course another member of the community who want, of course, to say, all of whom will be saying something tonight. Yes, when UNC wins, everybody wins. Yes, indeed. So let me just make the adjustment. In the meantime, of course, let me have the deputy political leader say something, while, of course, I make the adjustments.
Pleasant good night, pleasant good night. Pleasant good night. My political leader, Mr. Lennox Smith. Pleasant good night. This walkabout Thursday was real successful. Laventille East done win. UNC win, everybody wins. Laventille West done in. When everybody wins, everybody wins. And Port of Spain South, we just came from a meeting and a walkabout in Calcutta Street. The vibrant PNM trying to mash it up, but we know we got it. Because people don't want to hear about no PNM. Everybody want to know when Kamala wins, everybody wins. I'm going to tell you this. I just leave an executive meeting with Port of Spain coordinator, right? When we draw the map, we feel the vibrant of the map. So far, we get polling station 0480 is UNC. COP then, must say COP because it's a party correl.
Yeah, just to explain, COP is, of course, the candidate, the COP candidate will be in charge of Port of Spain South. A UNC candidate will be vying in Laventille West against Marcel, and I spoke what I consider not necessarily disparagingly, but factually about him and the quagmire that he has found himself. And then, of course, in Laventille East movement, we have, of course, Robert Mitchell, the candidate for LOVE, Laventille Outreach for Vertical Enrichment, of which I am the political leader, and of course we have Mr. Dada Gabriel as the deputy political leader. So go ahead, deputy.
So my take on the ground today, I really walk today, I walk. My foot is sore, it's really sore.
Who you walk with?
I walk with the UNC candidate, the LOVE candidate, and the COP candidate. It's great, it's great. First time I see children, little babies running outside. But on a serious note, is this 28th, the 28th of April is when we win, everybody wins. First thing first, thank you very much, Mr. Is Jeremy? Is Jeremy was in the meeting in Pinal?
Pinal?
Yeah, Jeremy.
Yes, Jeremy, yes.
You get it?
Former Attorney General.
Your former Attorney General.
John Jeremy.
Mr. Kojo, Selvin Kojo, thank you very much. So if you see the wave is going left and right, that means something is good. There's the first evolution after 10 years. After 10 years, there's the greatest things happen. My political leader, I want to ask you this. Did you ever see that, because you're older than me, did you ever see that in your history?
No.
After 10 years?
This is a monumental revolution. And all I've been saying, 1986, we visited, and I had to tell them, no, there's a big difference. You had 33.3, but it's 39 in Trinidad, and the 2 in Tobago will not go PNM either. So PNM will be relegated to the dustbin of political history, as we have been advocating, that we have been, of course, expressing, having regard to their poor, malicious, wicked, diabolical, draconian, and of course, misappropriation of the country's resources, policies created, and of course executed, inimical to the interests of Trinidad and Tobago. I was making the point earlier, with respect, of course, to persons who would have done evil over time and history. And I mentioned, of course, Hitler and Mussolini and others, and of course the contemporary time, the existential time. We're talking about, of course, Maduro right next door, and the role of Rowley and the PNM, not seeking the interests of Trinidad and Tobago. They want dragon gas too bad, but I want to tell you this. I want to tell you this, people, that it has been and always was about Rowley and his finances, his nepotistic friends, and indeed those cronies. So it's cronyism that would have been associated, or put another way, that they recognize and therefore give them the largest of the states. Nothing more. You see, when they were mashing up Petrotrin, of course, Stuart Young and the buffoon and the nincompoop and the, what I consider the moron that he is, unprepared, handed down like a blasted old slipper, handed down from Rowley, old slipper, ain't no A for bullfoot. When that was happening, you know the friend, one of their lawyers, was given a bunkering license at the same time. How he know to do that? How he know that Petrotrin was going and closed down? When every 3 reports, expensive reports, says nothing about the disbanding of Petrotrin in the way that they have done it, and the closing. I wonder if you ask Stuart Young, if the Petrotrin oil refinery was closed down, I wonder what he would say. You know, don't be surprised. He would say it's still up and running, you know. Yeah, what I say is the level of stupidity that we have in one man, or put another way, in a cadre, a small cadre of persons among the 1.5 million of us who was given the responsibility to manage our affairs. Because if he could say recently that the government never closed down Petrotrin, if you ask him, then a sub-question from that, and that is whether the oil refinery is closed down. Don't be surprised if he say no, it's up and running, you know. Or he may give you another asinine response by saying, listen, it ain't closed down because we're making preparation to sell it. That is the kind of arseness that we have purporting to be minister, etc. But I want your comment, and of course, let's give our friend who is visiting with us opportunity to add the mic to tell us some of his.
Before I pass on to Mr. Ricky Taylor, one question I ask.
Ricky, can you come a little closer to us?
Yeah, come closer, Mr. Ricky.
We want you in the picture. We don't want
Right.
you in the picture. Right.
I want to know that if the Honorable, so your name is Dr. Keith Rowley, feel people is stupid. Come on, man, come on. You get a Prime Minister $1 million pension for one day. The people at East Port of Spain asking that question. You get a Prime Minister $87,000 for one day.
A month for the rest of his life.
For the rest of his life, my leader.
And the young, Young is younger than Rowley by far.
So I asking the question. You feel East Port of Spain is so stupid. Let me let you know, on the 28th of April, we will let you know that we no fool. Okay? Mr. Ricky Taylor, sit down over here.
I don't think all should move. I think we catch him in the picture. We have him in the picture. We don't need to move around much. I think the camera spread is wide enough. So.
Good night to my political leader, Mr. Lennox Smith of Love, Deputy Leader, Dada Gabriel. I get to understand this thing so big. I hope everybody who will be watching the media and following up this politics gimmick could realize now this government been fooling us for all these years. This government is about the investors and the self, the pocket. This thing is about. And if we look so sharp, as Mr. Lennox is stating, we could go in a recession. Because if we get Maduro coming and this stronghold America and coming to this thing very serious, they could put we back far, 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 far. We had to think about this thing very carefully, you know. We can't really we paying back them people in power because them people cry we down far, far, far. You understand, man? Don't cry we wrong in a hole. But anytime we call them Uncle Sam, anytime Uncle Sam get into certain things with the enemies, there's attack the enemies in all different angles. We's a small little dot in the place, small little dot, Trinidad and Tobago. We could take all this pressure. We can't take all this pressure. And I believe them people and them is about a pocket. They're not about us. If people in Trinidad and Tobago thinking them people care about us, all they think again. When all they go and face the poll, just remember UNC. Just remember, vote for UNC, vote for us. Love. Because love come out to make a change. You know what? We come out to make a change because at the end of the day, I didn't believe people in the East, in Labantil, blind, because they have we as a, when Labantil rise, everybody rise. I doubt people in Labantil so backwards in this politics thing, because everybody always feeling they know, and they know, and they know, and they see things happening in front of their face, and nobody standing up, nobody putting up a finger, saying this is wrong. It's not so. The leaders are supposed to move with us. Not so the leaders are supposed to go. Nobody saying nothing. Everybody, they're saying, they're bringing laws and rules and regulations. We can't do nothing about it. We have to hush him out. That's why I like Ms. Kamala, our leader, to be stating we have to do over the Constitution, because at the end of the day, you know, things like this will have we in a hole. Because we blind and we have no kind of movements to move, but anytime we leaders tell we anything, we have to follow. I find the people on the ground supposed to have some kind of say about things to happen, you know, I mean, in our country, some kind of thing. Because right now, we don't have no say. So I believe on the 20th and the 28th of this month, we will put Ms. Kamala Persetta to be our leader, and I believe she could talk for us. I believe she could do plenty of things for us. And I know the youths out there have faith in Ms. Kamala, because we put the word on the ground between Mr. Lennox Smith, Mr. Dada Gabriel, and I, Ricky Taylor. All youths come out. All youths come out and support the coalition, and all youths come out and support Ms. Kamala and UNC, because this is the only thing that can save our country and save our youth and save the criminal elements who affect in our country. And now, if we didn't do this, and we playing back them people, sad it we, sad it we portion, because I know, you know what people want to migrate after this, if this happen, what people want to dive out of the country, if them people come back in power, because Maduro and America ain't biting easy. As long as Mr. Trump say we are not biting easy, and we will be dog food for them people and them. So all you know all you doing. Miss Kamala have a nice things which she knows she want to happen for us. She and she team. I believe we should put she in power. And I want Labanti to break this barrier with PNM. I want this barrier break in this election. I want people come out and show them here. We tired following this kind of thing. Everything always say Labanti had to follow and Labanti. We fed up of that. I want we to break this, so I'm begging the youth to come out. Because come out and vote against this wicked regime, PNM. I'm begging all to come out, because at the end of the day, this camera have some nice things for all the youths. You but things to happen. So I want it to come out and support UNC. I have plenty more to say now, but I'll take it back to Mr. Lennox.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, you hear the man, a businessman from the heart of Laventille. We are talking about St. Barb's and environs, the toughest of the tough, and the highest part of Laventille, St. Barb's. Yes, indeed. And just in case you believe that that is idle talk, I'm sure you would remember, of course, the Sa sons, and of course, the brutal way that persons would have lost their lives in that particular era, including them. But we are in a different era. And while, of course, gang and gang warfare exist, and while there is, of course, the 6 and the 7s, of course, and whatever other number, and of course the Muslims as well as versus, of course, the Rasta, and all of that, as it evolves, we have to acknowledge that these people who are participating in what is called the subterranean culture of this country, they are part of the community, and we have to address it. You see, the PNM has this proclivity or this propensity, having created the evil, having created such a maelstrom of decadence and savagery as far as crime and criminality is concerned. They then wash their hands as Pontius Pilate. They created. You cannot tell me that you do not know that when the PNM is in government, they make every other government that is not PNM shame by the amount of murders that occurs when the PNM is in government. You can't tell me I don't know. Whether it be NAR, 1986, whether it be the UNC, 1995, whether it be the Kamala Persad-Bissassa administration, 2010, every successive PNM government, the one before Robinson, more murders than when Robinson would have completed his 5 years. The one before, the late, the great Basio Pandey, and led by, of course, Patrick Manning, between 1991 and 1995, more murders than that of the subsequent administration or the Pandey UNC administration. Yeah. And then, of course, the Manning administration came back and they had the highest amount of murders, 537. Then, in 2008, before Kamala Prasad Bisesa and the UNC came in 2010 and arrested the situation and reverse and a reversal trend began. And then came what I consider to be the most evil, the most diabolical, the most murderous, the most bloody administration that could ever be in the future, and the fact that it has been and is so as far as the records are concerned. 600 and counting, record after record breaking for the wrong reason. And they have the audacity to come and tell us that, listen, they are worthy of managing the affairs of this country. They started, of course, it's as if they were blighted. They started, of course, with sandals. It failed. They come and close down Petrotrin. That too failed. When we look at what was promised as far as the oil company that was created as a consequence, are talking about heritage, and the fuel company that is supposed to import the fuel now, that we no longer produce at our own oil refinery, are talking about Paria. And as if there is some lurking, diabolical, dangerous, evil connected to the Rowley and the PNM administration, because remember, he's the man who said he went Likoto, You know, 4 divers come and died horrendously in a pipeline connected to Paria. Connected to Paria, people understand what we are dealing with now. So there is some hidden evil force. There's some unsuspecting, I shouldn't say unsuspecting, but some amorphous. We can't contemplate. We can't see it. We can't feel it. But we know it exists. This is what, no, that is, of course the lines are open. I was thinking it's our phone, but it's a phone in the building or on this floor. So that we understand clearly what we are dealing with as far as this administration is concerned. We have no choice. Get rid of them. All 39 seats must be sluggishly in the column of the UNC, Kamala Prasad Bisesa, and the coalition of interests. That includes, of course, our own party, Love, as well as OWTU, PEP, and others. That's all that.
You know, this is something, as Mr. Lennox is saying just now. Majority plenty murder case is unsolved. This is something, it has been hurting me. Every day, they say young children, old people, just getting killed, and no case solving. And when they lock up certain people, they come and just sue the state because they're not making a good case. So I just want to know.
3%,
I want to know what's going on with our police service. What's going on out here with judges, because the murders is hardly be solved. So everybody just killing for fun.
Yeah. Well, we give priority, of course, to the callers. So we just took a little leeway just now, but normally we give way to the callers. Professor, good night. Welcome.
Yes, good night, Mr. Lennox Smith. You hear me clearly?
Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
You're singing good tonight.
All right.
Good night
thanks,
to the
boy.
gentleman
It's
there.
about time. Yes.
Yeah, good night to the gentleman there.
Yes.
Good night.
This is Miss Arima speaking. One of the regular callers on Lennox program.
Pleased to meet you.
This is Miss Arima speaking. Okay, so Lennox,
Yeah.
I want to ask you, you found out about that incident that took place there on the Santa Cruz Road?
The incident that took place. Yes. Yes. Yes.
So you know who it is? You know who owned the building?
Yes. Monroe.
Monroe owned the building.
Yeah.
You're sure about that?
But that's what we were told, and I have no doubt in my mind. But I know that a press conference was engaged, and I don't know if that came out. But that was the information we got before the press conference. So I haven't had a chance to look at the press conference. I suppose that kind of information would have been revealed as well.
And the owner before Monroe?
Well, that I don't. That we read that far. But if you have information, share it with us.
Well, I know that's supposed to be Iowa George Bliss, the Red Edge.
Okay.
He had another branch like that in St. James, and he put them up for sale years ago.
Okay.
Long time that place empty, years now that place empty there, you know.
All right.
No action at all. I
All right.
can't tell you how much years that place unoccupied.
Yeah, and
Right?
suddenly
There's a lot of-
money was
there's-
passed,
there's
money
a
was
lot of-
paid for the
Yes.
services of the place. And next thing, because of course people feel threatened, the PNM felt threatened, they then of course orchestrate the frustration of that and the disruption of the campaign of that candidate that is of course
But we
representing
can't
the
only say that,
COP.
you know, Lennox.
Yeah?
I told you all about these things will come. Lennox,
Yeah.
you're supposed to get my trophy, you know.
I
You're
hear
rubbing
you.
your face, I see you know.
I hear you.
You heard me?
Yes, I hear you.
I say I want a trophy.
No problem. If you are
I
deserving,
don't
you're
want no
supposed to get
medal
it.
or medals. I want a big trophy.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
Watch my people frightened now, you know.
Well, I want to tell people, hold the faith. The 28th will come, and you know what you have
Yeah,
to do.
they know it coming, but Lennox people talking about they should postpone the election. TC and Heavy frightened too bad. If you're hearing the response of people, I frightened for all the boy. I tell you that since the other day. Because Short Young get good training from the man there next door, you know. He get good coaching out there, you know, like he take a course.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
man
yeah.
set all you up.
Yeah, they
The
are
man
addicted.
set all you up with the observers, the international observers. Even Carrie can't reach yet. He gave
They
all
said the
that to
21st,
hold.
so we have some days yet.
When they say they come in,
On the 21st.
so late,
Yeah,
all kind of bacchanal taking place inside of here.
that's all right. That's all right. We will be patient, and it's just a matter of time. Once everybody go out and vote, they don't have a ghost of a chance to even steal. In fact, I see that there is a big press conference, and I was, of course, privy to the planning of it by the UNC. in terms of course, identifying special ballots and some irregularities that occurred. So
Yes.
people are on their P's and Q's. They know the enemy is the PNM. They know that to look for them behind every rock, every stone, every building, every brick, and even behind glass and all, even though you can see through. That is how dangerous it is. Yeah.
Listen, I wanted to say something about TC and Heavy and them program, But Heavy saying that no matter how much people vote, the amount of tricks these people have up their sleeve, things showing up, you don't know what again they will do. And we mightn't catch up with them. And this is what I always know. If people telling you something, Lennox,
Yes.
and they're still talking, and you just had this belief you could get through with these criminals, I don't know what to say again, All I could tell all you is that I wish all you the best.
Thank you.
Right? That's all I
Thank
could
you.
tell all you, nothing more.
Yeah.
So I want to say good night to the gentleman there once again. The other one gone, but I want to wish you all
Now,
a
he'll be back.
good night.
We are in and out because we're looking to do a kind of live, interactive program where we have members of the community coming
One
in.
more question.
Go ahead.
You're downstairs, so you have a speaker and people by the road listening and things like that.
That's right, yes. And we'll have people in the audience. We'll have a camera facing the audience as well, and we're switching there from time to time.
Oh, okay. So the
Yeah.
people hearing me.
Yeah. Yes, they're here.
All right.
Loud and clear. All right? Yes.
Okay, I'm listening.
Yes, bye-bye. Yes, indeed. Gentlemen, I think the last caller raised a very poignant or important question, and that is, do you feel fearful? Do you feel intimidated of the PNM? And so I could tell you my position. I don't feel so at all. I do not feel so. And I know too that, of course, in 1986, they were decimated. They were decimated, and we sensed the violence. But at the end of the day, you see, once Uncle Sam is monitoring, I have no difficulty. Then, as is the case now. A pleasant good night. Welcome.
Good night to the Honorable Doctor. How are you?
Fine, and yourself?
Well, listen to me. Munira just dropped a bomb in the meeting there.
Yeah, tell me.
They want to give the port to some Filipino company.
The port, you say?
Yeah, the port.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
not surprised, yes.
They say they had 6 companies bidding for it. They take out one out of the 6.
Okay.
Yeah. But also, my brother,
Yes. Then if you could come closer to Mr. Yeah. Getting the picture.
we
Yeah.
also have to watch the EDP.
You're leading your head the wrong way. Lead it the next way. Dada. Lead your head the next way.
Yeah.
So you get a bit.
The EDP
Yeah.
started in the ship.
Yeah. Yeah, what? What about EBC?
I see the EDP start the mischief.
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
Yeah.
We have a complaint too in Laventille, East Morvant, where there is this preliminary exercise to, of course, certify the arrangement with special ballots. People casting their vote, of course, as special electors before, of course, polling day on the 28th. But guess what? Our point person who is responsible for that was depending on the returning officer who is housed or whose office is at the Russell Latapi school in Mova Central. And she waited whole day. She waited whole day for the call and never got it. Never got it yet. So we did not have someone present to witness, of course, the goings on as far as the ballots are concerned. So So that's another development apart from what you heard already.
Because on Future Talk, they was talking about the incident with Miss Wendy Lewis,
Yes.
right? And I
Yeah,
heard this one
that
about
was
the-
San
with the
Fernando
COP,
West. Yes.
Right, yeah.
Al-Rari is the, of course, incumbent. Yeah.
No. This is San Fernando East. This is Manning.
Manning is east, but the incident took place in
Manning
the
is
west, not
east.
so?
Al-Rari is west.
The west,
It
yeah, that's
took
right,
place-
yes.
took place in the east.
Oh, it took place in the east.
Because she
All
was
right,
the
okay.
campaign manager. She's the campaign manager
yeah,
for
Karen
this
Bokas.
boy,
Karen Bokas.
Ali Bokas.
All right, okay, yeah. So that's the
Yeah.
east, yes. That's San Fernando East, yes.
No,
You're,
it had
you're,
another
you're
one
right.
with the COP.
Yeah.
They had one with the COP. I heard that today, but I was trying to get onto Heavy and TC, but the line was so flooded, I couldn't get onto them.
Yeah.
Because they
No,
only
no,
got
no,
one so far.
we carried it on the ground report.
No.
We got of course X's manager to talk with us on the ground report. So we have a fair idea as to what transpired there.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is that Heavy and them only know about the incident in San Fernando East.
Oh.
But they didn't know about the next one with the COP.
Oh, I see. All right, okay. Well,
Right.
you know, well, we always have it first.
All right. Well,
Where we go,
well, good luck to you
everybody else
and
follow.
the next gentleman there.
Yes.
We'll talk again.
Okay then. Thank you. Yes, people. Of course, the lines are open. Of course, I'm feeling very elated, as I say. I'm feeling very excited because, of course, we'll have the full, of course, unveiling of this program where we do it with a difference. In that we'll have, of course, a live audience, and we have, of course, a live panel every night that will, until, of course, election night, when, of course, we will do our analysis right here. We'll transform this place. You will see a different set, and of course you will see, of course, the numbers going up, etc., just as anybody else. But gentlemen, a very important, as I was saying before the caller called, a situation with respect, of course, to violence. To what extent are you concerned with respect to the possibility and the occurrence of violence in this particular election, the PNM recognizing that they are under tremendous, not just pressure, but strain, and now that they have been imploding, that they will grab onto any straw to stay alive. We saw an example of that when suddenly Rowley came out of retirement. Imagine that. He retired about a month ago. He came out of retirement in order to go on a platform in San Juan. And guess what? They're so stupid. You know, it is really true that who the gods wish to destroy the first and the man. Because no prime minister, when on any occasion, formal, informal, political, etc., no prime minister speaks second to last. They always speak last. Well, Rowley spoke last at that San Juan meeting. So we know it is a pappy show. It's old talk. It's an attempt, of course, to sanitize Rowley by keeping him out of the view of the population, while, of course, Churchill goes on his jaunt of illusion, delusion, and, of course, dishonesty. Don't forget, of course, no, well, you do it now, you do it.
Right. When Mr. Lennox Smith said just now, I put God first and Jesus Christ first, and it's the angel and the Holy Spirit who guiding and protecting us day and night. I put them first to guide me and protect me throughout this journey. And putting aside, I a God-fearing man. I respect. So I respect the Creator, and I put the Creator first in anything. Creator making this happen. But one thing I want to put for election and the 28th of this month, I want the police force to come out with a full full. Yeah. Yeah. I want them to come out with the full soldiers outside to make the people come and vote. I must have soldiers at every corner to come on, because this is a serious thing. You know, the criminal elements, it trying to ban certain elements from coming out there to contribute with the voting thing. So I want them, the police force, and I will know, because you will see how they're working. And the only how they can come out and work, they have to be at every corner. Because they're voting before everybody. The police is supposed to come out and do the work that day 100% and more. So people can come out and contribute to this cause of shifting a gear in our country. And, at an election, you only have police at the voting booths and them and station. We don't want to have more than that. We want people outside, police outside in the street, police walking, big, small, all size, come out to help our country to come out of this thing. All they had to come out to the full force, bring out the army, bring out the Coast Guard, do everything in all their might to make things happen. But I knowing then is who in control could call that shot. But I asking the acting commissioner, the brigadier, and all who out there who concerned about this country, Trinidad and Tobago, to try to put all the forces together and do something to help out this country, to bring them people on the street. Because yes, we believe in God. I frightened. The reason why I frightened, because I don't know this government is a tricky government, because I feel in a pinch. I won't tell you how I feel. I feel in a pinch because, but I coming out here and talking, it's kind of hard to them, because I talking the truth, because I learn the youths and them know, come out and vote. From east, west, north and south, Tobago, come out and vote. Don't make nobody free. Stop all of them coming out and vote, but vote for the right people. Kamala Prasad. Vote for the right party, UNC party. That's what all you have to do. I frighten our youths, our children, our business. I frighten for me and my business. I frighten because I don't know what this regime. I don't know they're doing some things to me, and I still in the battle. I don't want to talk about what some things doing to me under this regime, and I still in the battle. I still in the battle. The health and strength of my creator and my friend Lennox Smith and Dada Gabriel. I still out here trying to survive with my business, because I just a black man come off the hill, Laventille Hill, get a breakthrough and trying to see if I can keep up, and they're pressuring me. You know what? So that's why I say I believe in God. So the protective service, please, because I'm taking you back to my Dada Gabriel, come out with all the forces. Do something, because this criminal element is not right here.
Thank you. Dada?
Pleasant night again, people. I'm feeling to my business partner, Mr. Ricky Taylor, better known as Fish. I'm feeling his pain. Every time he talk, it feels hurt. As a businessman to a businessman, politics is business. At the end of the day, Mr. Ricky Taylor is business. So you acting for the police and the special forces and these things. My honorable leader, Ms. Kamala Bisad, said, we will have that out there. We have the observers. My political leader talk about it. The observers from the CARICOM, Mr. Lennox, CARICOM.
And the Commonwealth, as well as they're looking at the Carter Foundation as another important international observer specialist organization. But go ahead.
So this is a serious matter. Only 28 people watch it as a normal day. Forget work, take your sick leave, take a day off. Come out and vote on the 28th. Do not go to work. We're starting to show that Colin Bird said we never protest. From today on, we protesting. On the 28th, nobody of Trinidad and Tobago should go to work. We're going to vote. Every single body going on vote. So when the results come out by 6 o'clock, the 28th, it will be the result. Our result is when UNC win, everybody wins. Coalition, we doing it. No work on that day. We're not going on work on that day, the 28th of April. Everybody wins. My political leader, I walk from pillar to post. I see how great it is. It's hurting me. I'm sleepy. Right now my wife is sick. I'm tired. But Lavantel East, Lavantel West, Portsmouth South, this is we time here to let them know no work on April 28th. No work. We're going on vote for the rising sun, COP, Roger, Love, everybody. UNC. I love this music. Let's love it. Let's love it. Love it.
Vote UNC, one love, one team, one hope, one dream. When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins.
Yes indeed, yes indeed. Of course, we thought we couldn't help but of course be a very, very vocal one. And two, of course, that very catchy music, we will keep it in the background because I think it's important for us to recognize that that is the fact. But let us examine what the PNM has done to us over the last 9 years. I am going to regurgitate some. My friend will have his own experience because he's a businessman. And you heard him, of course, giving you a very cursory but real experience that you would have had because the PNM is in government. And on every occasion and in every situation, it has always been pernicious, evil, malicious, detrimental. So I will start off with at least 4 failed sandals project that was supposed to bring $500 million a year to Trinidad and Tobago's coffer. 2, destruction of the sea bridge between Trinidad and the Tobago, which decimated, and I don't think they have totally recovered as yet from the mashing up of the sea bridge. It matters not whether you get 2 new boats. That is irrelevant. Because that is taxpayers' money, yours and mine, that they would have used to get that. The thing is, we asked them to manage our affairs. You had 2 boats. You allowed them to either deteriorate or the maintenance crew from Canada, Grand Bay, they send them off and then replace them with PNM lackeys who ain't know anything and mash up and decimated the early days of this administration and the mash up, of course, the Tobago economy. You understand why they're lucky they get 1 seat in Tobago? You understand why? They're lucky they get 1 seat. Even though they try, as I'm sure plotting right now, they are coalescing, you know, and they hobbling with each other right now. And they are like, of course, maybe cats in a situation where it is cold outside, or puppies, you know how they huddle? Well, that is what is happening with them now in their own misery that they created. Don't feel sorry for them. And of course, the third one is the closing of Petrotrin. The closing of Petrotrin. The closing of Petrotrin is the other one. And then, of course, we have and of course, everybody knows about it. And we also have people, the $400 million that was spent to construct a highway to nowhere, the Manzanilla Highway. I mean, it's most despicable. Whilst people may have their personal experiences, and that is where we would like to go, because all politics is domestic. But the fact of the matter is that there are some national issues we cannot escape. And in the case of Petrotrin, where Rowley himself was supposed to be investigated for the what oil? For the fake oil matter. And as a consequence of that, the entire cabinet was made to do what? To close down Petrotrin to save his tail. All right, people? Yes, indeed. So we need to understand that. Those are my four to open the button, so to speak. And of course, the ones will pile up with, of course, my other, our other guests. Yeah.
This is one of my dream I feel should really happen. When UNC win, Ms. Kamala Prasad, I don't want she to bow on this move I'm going to say. I believe them fellas supposed to be investigated. Strongly, I feel about this investigated for all the bad spending, all all we wealth, the take from we in the bad investment, and the things they do to have our youth under this criminal elements, killing one another. Then people supposed to be investigated. I want Ms. Kamala Prasad to do this. When she win, this is one of my things I feel should happen.
All right.
All right? The next thing I want is for she to bring the youth and get rid of this name calling and this thing, and bring a love between Trinidad again. Because I remember a long time, the love between Trinidad and Tobago was real nice, real lovely. I would have loved to come back with this regime. Whoever course all they could go to make this happen, I want that to happen. And the next...
So say it deteriorated under Rowley because he was always playing and of course we saw that in Tobago in the last elections when they lost badly, they lost devastatingly. But before that, he went to the parliament and had 3 seats. 1, 2, and during the elections, there were pamphlets and posters with Farley and Watson Duke sitting down and fraternizing with leaders of the UNC. And they thought that on a second occasion, they would have able to reinvent in a different form the Calcutta ship that caused them to win sometime before. Well, they bust on the average. They bust on the average. It was a total blackwash. Total, they're lucky they get 1 seat. Even though he went to the parliament arrogantly, contemptuously, and undemocratically, and used a slim majority of only 22 seats in the parliament, and then of course caused an act to be initiated that did 3 more seats into the 12, that caused of course the 6-6 scenario that he believed that somehow he was incumbent, that he as Prime Minister had to break, and break it that way, when there were other mechanisms such as pulling straw or sharing, of course, the administration. But no, they're greedy for power. And like the dog on the bone, he ended up losing all. Just as in Trinidad, just as on the 28th. Just as on the 28th of this month. Yes, 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, people. Less than 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks. So, hold straight. Prepare yourself. As an old teacher, I want to say, when and just before we are giving instructions or advice to students going to do the C exam or the CXC exam, or even, of course, university exams, we tell them, get up early, say your prayers, yes, do your various bodily chores, bathe and your hygienic chores, in other words. But make certain you do not eat anything that you're not accustomed to. Eat what you're familiar with for breakfast. So that when you go to the polls, no diarrhea or no sickness could take place. You have to eliminate that and get there early and do your duty to Trinidad and Tobago. And that is by extension, but to yourself, your immediate family, your neighborhood, your town, your village, and the salvation of Trinidad and Tobago will naturally be the consequence. All right, people? Yes.
Right. As Mr. Lennox is saying, well said. My third thing I had to say to all the people who say there's community leaders and groups and everything, all the criminal elements, I asking everybody, and at that day, hold the peace. All the criminal elements, who bad boys, whoever, all it is, from what area, or east, west, north, south, Tobago, hold all the peace on that day. No killing, no shooting. Let everybody go and they talk to all the young ones. I ain't calling names, but I want you all the leaders. I say it again, all the leaders, the gang leaders, and everybody hold all their peace. And that day, let people come out and do the rights at that day. Please, I'm begging all you. Right? Let the youths come out and do all they have to do to get this wicked regime out. Right? So, that's my third. The fourth, I love everybody in Trinidad and Tobago. I love my country. I want my country to be successful in this thing we're going through. I want my country to come back how it's supposed to be. I want peace and love in my country. I want my youth to come out and feel safe. I want a man to come out and play sports, do anything, and be safe. I want the hatred to wipe off from this land in Trinidad and Tobago. I want everybody to be safe in Trinidad and Tobago. I want the love come back. I want this regime will come in and come in power to do something to get back this country into a loving country. Wherever laws and rules and regulation this regime going to put on is to make this country come back to a certain standard. You know, it has certain things in the Bible say, is a youth of vipers. But it always have people to control vipers. It have certain things the Bible say. Raise unto Caesar, give it unto Caesar. So, yeah, give it unto Caesar, but he can live a comfortable life. So asking everybody, asking the leader to be, hear my cry, hear my thing, do something, and that's what I had to say.
My closing argument is right now, 10 years, 10 whole years, people. Trinidad and Tobago, 10 whole years. We get licked with a cocaine broom. They say cocaine broom not B3, but this time, it's no more cocaine broom. We are broomstick. We are broomstick, and we will share licks. 39 seats go towards the UNC. 39 seats towards the coalition. 39 seats for our people of Trinidad and Tobago. All they hear me cry, that's really hear me cry. 10 years, 10 years. $3 billion gone missing. The man with the cold pot who driving a Benz said we didn't do it right. Colin Burt disappear. Everybody disappear. Every single body in 10 years. I'm not lying to all you. As the deputy political leader, I could go on and on, but the next 5 years, I don't want to see the Red Army no more. Martin Stewart Young come on stage and said he never know flour is $18. $18, so you know go to the grocery. $12 a curry, he now go to the grocery, and all you want to tell me something else. The people of Laventille West, Laventille East, Port au Prince South, crime plaguing us. They said the SOE was brilliant, but we lost good ones still. Home invasion still. So all you tell me, the police kill about 50,000 people still, but the SOE was. I cry unto all your people. My brothers and sisters, tonight, we start back the corridor of transformation back into the head office of the UNC and Coalition of Interest. All I've seen plenty things sitting, but PNM and PNM. All you come on. 10 whole years, 4%. Rowley gave a man $1 million every year in one day. $1 million every year in one day, Rowley gave a man. He gave him $87,000 in one day too. And all you tell me, great is a PNM. Great is a PNM. All you want to tell me that? You working for 22 point something dollars an hour. You crying them 2,500 a fortnight. Your rent is 3,000 and 4,000. And all you tell me great is the PNM. I let you know, you know. My Honorable Kamala Bissessa said back pay will be 10%. Wages will rise. Increment will be paid. Money will grow. Over 7,000 in food prices will be dropped with the VAT. No more property tax. She built a children's hospital. They didn't open it, they open it for COVID to kill people. So what you want to tell me again? Vote the next 5 years for that? I said, you see when we win on the 28th, we all win. Nobody supposed to go to work on the 28th. Stay home. Tell Colin Bird to show we the strike. Everybody will stay at home and go and vote. For when we win, everybody wins. We don't know hour, 2 hours are going and vote. We want you all day. My business will close down. My 4 business will close down. Lennox, you closing down to Lennox?
Of course, I will right here monitoring.
Everybody will close down. On the 28th, It's no work. We don't want to play away. We don't want nothing. We want to go out there and vote. So when we win, everybody wins.
Yes, my friend. Yes, my friend. Of course, no program could be of this nature. Having regard to this season, of course, it's already 10 o'clock, people, and I think we started early. But no program could be completed in this season without, of course, getting an assessment as to the campaign and the directions that they are going, and who are, of course, cooperating with others in order to pool resources. I can tell you that on Friday, for example, the candidate that we manage, we have been able to secure a vehicle with a PA system, but Laventille West does not. So we have decided that on Friday, they will get an opportunity to use that particular system, while, of course, we have been using it on a regular basis until up to that point in time, and then, of course, we will retrieve the vehicle and the PA system. So that is the kind of cooperation we are looking at in Laventille. Never happened before. Never happened before. Right here in this building, we see senior citizens. They don't want, when they sit down, well, you know, they're frail and so on, and therefore it will be difficult for them, or they never put an X-ray. They will take a longer period to rest. Well, they come right here and rest. They come right here and rest, and that was a concern that we had at the beginning of the campaign, and in many other, not just campaigns, but elections in the past, that the senior citizens go out there and do not probably consider what they are doing that will detriment the young people and the opportunities and hope that they would have with, of course, a change from the PNM to, of course, a UNC administration. Well, the senior citizens are coming up because they are fearful. Put another way, they have concern that if Rowley could talk about people having $25,000 in their bank account and will not qualify for old age pension, they find that that is dangerous, because they will have, of course, sisters and maybe other persons nearing that age of qualification, and they may not be able to, of course, access the national pension, which, of course, is a right, because it is recognized that those, whether you make use of your earlier days is irrelevant. The fact is that the country's resources belong to all of us, and if they decided many moons ago, based on the so-called welfare state concept, then it means that you should give back to the senior citizens in their latter days. That is the principle. But no, Rowley and they say that, listen, if you have $25,000 in the bank, $25,000 can even bury someone. But usually, of course, senior citizens are very meticulous, and that they want at least to have a dignified burial when that time, God forbid, when that time reaches. Well, Rowley and them say you're not qualified at all because of that little kakada that you have. So they are concerned, and so they are coming here, finding out where they have to vote, finding out where the shifts are, and it appears, of course, that they are not waiting for the usual PNM advocates, the PNM operatives that will, of course, come and knock their doors and say, I want to take you to vote, hoping and insisting probably in some instances that they vote for the PNM. No, we are going to do that. We're going to take over that role. They call us. We are going to make transportation available because they have principle and dignity. They believe that who helped them, and if a PNM vehicle take them there, they believe that they have to vote for the PNM. No, I want to tell them one time, no, break that cycle. That's an asinine cycle. That is a long-time cycle. Them carry you there at their own risk. And when you go to the polls, when you go in the booth, it's you and God alone. And, of course, that stamp. And you stamp, not to, of course, spoil the ballot. Put it firmly next to the rising sun. Or the COP in the case of St. Anne's and Port au Prince South. Or indeed, PEP in the case of the Diego Martins. Yes, people, that is what we are talking about. So no program could end without, of course, giving an assessment as to what is happening on the campaign trail. My friend.
Well, today I went and walked about today, and I met Mr. Wayne Mark, who was very happy, and it's years I know Mr. Wayne Mark and them in this battlefield, in this vineyard in Labantil, trying to see if they could really show input in winning an election in Labantil. And today, he was happy. And that was a good sign for me, and his colleague. And his colleagues and them, who was with them today, everybody was happy. Because they're seeing the love in Labantil. We went up to the Marriott, we went to Chinatown, we went to Belmont. Everybody coming out, down to the youths and all. Everybody win. Yellow is the code. Children are all happy. You see, and when children getting on, knowing the feeling of love in everything what's going on around them, the feeling confidence, like something going to happen right. Children getting on, children enjoying themselves. Elders, as my leader say, elders coming to find out what's going on, because them and all frightened. When we going up in them areas, elders talking to Wayne Mark, and he feeling happy. I always see a smile on his face. And this is something I believe we should do with all the coalition people. We should come out and have a nice motorcade between the coalition parties and them.
Yeah, well,
And
what you actually experience. So today, of course, there's a walkabout. Of course, we Mark and they met the old people, met the youths, etc.
Yeah.
And that was that?
Yeah.
Because we are closing up now. Is after
Anyhow, but that way I feel, so I understand what's going on. So, everybody, I wish you a good night, right?
Give it to his final remarks as to what Council has to do.
My final remarks. I'm the deputy political leader. I'm working with 3 spaces, Lavantil East, Lavantil West, and COP, Port au Prince South. The coalition of interest. It hurt me that when I knock a citizen door, a pensioner, they don't have water in the taps. They take a man from public utility and put him national security. These is my people. They take a lady from AHEC and make she attorney general. These are my people. So all you play it all your life for the next 5 years again and do all you want. Because I sure my whole family is the color is yellow, white. I sure about that. Black. Because it's PEP, COP, love, and UNC, the coalition of interest. So all you play mad, come next 21 days or 16 days or next 10 years again. I'm telling people, all you trust in them. PNM have to go. They have to go. As my partner Ansel Robert said, Keith Rowley, young, go. They're rotten. They're not red and ready, though. They're red and rotten.
Indeed, of course, a very interesting and very, of course, enthusiastic. But of course, I'm very positive indeed. But of course, tomorrow morning, don't forget the ground report, Andy, Mike, and myself, as we, of course, continue with these and other topics of that nature as we demonstrate not only that we have the capacity and the willpower and the ability to, of course, address these matters frontally and factually, the veracity of which cannot be questioned. Well, of course, that will continue on the ground report tomorrow morning, Andy, Mike, and myself from 6 o'clock. Tomorrow night, we return here, and of course, with more goodies for you. You better stay tuned. And don't forget, of course, to share. Don't forget to tell a friend, and let a friend tell a friend, because it will be right until the 28th program with a difference. You are going to feel the people of East Port of Spain. You're going to see the people of East Port of Spain. You are going to understand that you must be part and parcel of that mighty swell, that mighty tornado, that mighty tsunami that will engulf Trinidad and Tobago politically to ensure the smiting of the PNM, and never again, never again must any population in this country countenance or tolerate a group of individuals who have arrogated unto themselves most despicably, most egregiously, a conduct that has generated pain, ache, agony, and strain and stress on the people, because somehow they believe that Trinidad and Tobago was bequeathed to them and that the treasury is their personal parlor. Have a wonderful rest of the night. God bless. And see you tomorrow morning, and then, of course, tomorrow night. Yes, indeed. Just hold on, gentlemen. Just hold on, gentlemen. We must end with this.
When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Tell your neighbor, tell your friend, now is the time to rise and shine. Tell your mother, tell your father, now is the time.
We can talk in the morning, too.